Good afternoon. Welcome to the Crimson Lotus Tea Sunlicker live stream. I hope I got it all figured out this time. If the audio is off on YouTube, which it occasionally is, let me know, and I will see what I can do to get it fixed. Otherwise, I'll just assume it's all going good, and we're gonna have some fun. Brew up some tea, and this is gonna be nice. We did do a live session with this tea already once, but that was when it was just matcha, and I realized, I have not had we've not done a session of it with the cake, and so that's what we're gonna do now. So yeah, if you guys don't know, Sunlicker is the first tea that we released this year. It was intended to release last year, but complications, issues, things like that happens. Justin Steele, good afternoon. Cats, how are you? Yeah, if you guys are tuning in, let me know in the comments what you're drinking. So yeah, this is the artwork for Sunlicker right here, and I love this art. It turned out awesome. I'm really excited about it, and I think the blend actually works pretty good as well. So doing something a little bit different for this live stream. If you want this cake and you don't have it yet, or if you would like another cake of this, the cakes themselves for the duration of the live stream and maybe a little bit afterwards are on discount on the site. If you use the code Sunlicker in all caps, you can get a cake for 20% off. So, but you only knew about that because you were watching the live stream. So thought we'd do a fun little live stream, like in-stream promo, just for people who are watching that now. So if you're curious about this cake and you haven't actually gotten a cake of it yet, hey Oolong Owl, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. Oolong Owl did an amazing review of 519 Shanghai the other day, and also another awesome new cake. If you guys don't check out Oolong Owl, go to her website, follow her on Instagram, and check out the review of 519 Shanghai, which is really nice. It was a really nice review. Thank you for sharing that, Oolong Owl. So, like I was saying, we're going to get started brewing this, and if you would like a cake of this, now is the time to get a cake of it, because it's just the cake is 20% off on the site right now for this video if you use the code Sunlicker, all caps. Get a copy of this cake. Let's see. Let's check out the cake here. I got to talk about the fun of working with producers in China. So this is the cake, and for whatever reason, every single person involved in the process in China did not notice that the nafes were cut wrong. So every single nafe is cut with a little bit of paper on the outside, and you know what? It's something that I would catch immediately if I was there, but we can't get there this year again, obviously. I do everything right on the designs. I give them tons of bleed so they can cut everything inside of there, and they never have to cut white on there. But, what are you going to do? It's just kind of how, sadly, it's kind of par for the course, working with producers in China when you're not actually 100% there. So, anyways, if you get a cake of it, you'll probably see that the nafes are a little bit of white showing, but what are you going to do? There we go. This is what we're going to be drinking. So, and I'm also going to be drinking it in one of my favorite little teapots, which is this gorgeous little hand-carved, wood-fired genshui beauty. This is one of my favorite pots. Save it for special occasions. It takes about 7-ish grams, but I got a little bit extra in there, about 8 grams. I find Sunlicker is a tea you can kind of push it a little bit. So I'm going to overleaf it slightly and just kind of see what happens. 519 Shanghai, on the other hand, is probably a tea that you should not overleaf. Actually, so the nice thing about Oolong Owl is Oolong Owl lives like a mile from our house, and so she actually qualified to get one of the cakes for free, and so I just drove it over to her house that morning, and she got kind of like an early version of it. And so then she put up a review of it, which was very nice. Yeah, I told her, I was just like, yeah, don't drink this tea on an empty stomach, and don't overleaf it. And so yeah, she did both. But she survived. But she did mention that the tea is probably not tea is probably not suited for a beginner shung people. Sunlicker definitely could be a beginner tea. Absolutely. Sunlicker is really nice. It's got a lot of it's very layered. It's a really nice experiential tea, but it's definitely not as aggressive as 519 Shanghai. And I've been spending a lot of time with this tea lately. We took it on a trip. Took the kids down to Disneyland for a small, quick little trip a week or so ago. Just a couple days, and Disneyland offers hot water in the different restaurants if you are nice enough. And so I just carried my Gong Fu to go around and just got free hot water, and I just drank a bunch of tea while we were out there. Jug Pan Obi-Wan is pretty epic so far. You know what, man? I completely got behind. I have, when's the next episode? Episode 4 drops tonight. I didn't watch number 3. I watched number 2, and I realized like a couple days ago, shoot, like I completely spaced. I didn't. Last week was really hectic, and I wasn't really. I completely spaced. So I do need to catch up on Obi-Wan. Although if you follow some of my conversations in the Discord and stuff, I have been playing a little bit of the new Diablo Immortal. So which is not the sort of distraction that you need if you have kids in a business and everything, because I just get a little distracted with it, and I need to stop playing it a little bit. So, but it's good. Yeah. So again, if you're just tuning in, you can buy Sunlicker on the site right now for 20% off with the code Sunlicker at checkout, and just applies to the cake. And when the video's done, the discount's done. So I may leave it up for just a scratch longer than that, but just in case anybody's straggling. But yeah, that's the idea, is have a special live stream discount code. Kind of see if that works. Jugpan, yeah, Diablo 3. I mean, not Diablo 3, but Diablo Immortal is really well done. Probably one of the better mobile games ever made. But it's if you're like play it like the super high levels, which like I certainly don't, it's can kind of get annoying from a pay to win perspective. But look at that, Lost in Yunnan has joined us from the back room, where she's working and watching us at the same time. How's it going? Lamu? Say hi. I'll even give you a wave. Whoa! Don't knock that camera over. There we go. Tricky. Yeah, Sunlicker, a blend of different regions. Yeah, it's we generally try and do that. If it's like if we have like a blend that's like very specific and targeted to like a specific area, we'll usually mention that. But this is a multi-region blend. One of the really nice things about pu'er tea in general is that it's grown at very high altitudes. At least the stuff that we prefer to source and purchase. I think the higher the altitude, the better the tea. For a combination of reasons. The higher the altitude, the cooler it is. There's less bugs. You get a lot more bugs the further down in the valleys you go in Yunnan, and also like further down in the valleys, what is the other stream on? Oh, it's just Instagram. We're doing it on Instagram and YouTube. You get further down in the valleys in Yunnan, and whatever anybody's growing up on the mountains, fertilizers or pesticides are all just going to kind of like wash down into that. And so it's kind of nice to be able to know that your garden that you're getting your tea from is up at the top, because you don't really have to worry about that. And then just being closer to the sun, it makes a big difference for pu'er tea, and I think that's really important. The sun actually plays a critical role in pu'er tea production, and so we kind of wanted to highlight that a little bit with this. Oolong Owl, using your metallic genshui pot right now. Oh, you got to post a picture of it so people know what you're talking about. So Oolong Owl was lucky enough to get one of the super rare special kiln things. I didn't even get one of those. I don't think so. Maybe I've got. Yeah, no, I don't even think I got. Maybe there's one in Yunnan. I don't remember. In Kunming, there was a really awesome batch of genshui that came out of the kiln, purple. There was no glazes or anything on it. It was just, everything was just right. It was just perfect. And Jugpan, I'm sorry, this tea is not available in the Seattle warehouse. It's only we're shipping more stuff here. We're getting more stuff in the Seattle warehouse, but right now it's only available in Kunming. So, yeah. Speaking of Seattle inventory, though, we have gotten a recent bump on inventory of teas from Seattle. All the black teas are in Seattle right now. Baby Dragon's in Seattle right now. We got a handful of updated the site with a bunch of new teas available from here. Still don't have a lot of the stuff. A lot of the recent stuff except for the black tea, but we have we've been exploring some different options for shipping teas over to us in bulk that are a little bit more reliable, so we don't run into the whole like losing a whole box of dark depths like we did a couple years ago, which was super frustrating. And it seems to have working out so far. So we've got a bunch more being shipped to us. And so actually this week I think I'm going to send out an email with a discount for orders coming from the Seattle inventory. We were a little bit down on packing supplies here, so I got a bunch of packing supplies coming tomorrow, more bubble wrap and boxes and stuff like that. But as soon as that's here, then I'll do a little sale, do a little Seattle inventory sale, so things can get out quick and shipped fast, so you don't have to wait too long. And yes, Oolong Isle, we will be at the Portland Tea Festival and the Northwest Tea Festival. So we'll have I think we're going to be Portland Tea Festival is all outside this year, and so we've got just a little space for us. We'll bring the tea table. We'll bring the tea table down. We'll set it up, and it'll be nice. If you guys are in the Portland area or within driving or visiting distance of Portland, the Portland Tea Festival is tons of fun. Tons of fun. You should be there. Yeah, the Portland Tea Festival is July 16th, so a little more than a month away, and it's fun. It's good. It's a good time. It's a good time to meet people. The Portland Tea Festival is really awesome. Good people. Good everything. Good environment. There's a lot of fun. It's one day, which is plenty. So Lambo and I usually will we pack up the car and we drive down that morning and set up right then, and then drive back that night. It's only about a 3-hour drive. Thankfully, usually every time the Portland Tea Festival it's always like the weekend after we get back from China. And so for like the 3 years or so that we went to the Portland Tea Festival, we would literally like get off the plane in Seattle from China. We would go home, we would pack things up, and we'd get in the car and we'd drive down to Portland, and we'd be beat. But this year we don't have to have that stress. So if you're just tuning in, we are drinking Sunlicker. This is a 2021 tea, but it was pressed and blended this year, but it's 2021 material. And it's on discount on the site right now for the duration of this live video. If you would like a cake of Sunlicker, use the code Sunlicker, and you can get the cake at 20% off, which I think is a pretty good deal. It's like 10% off. It's only a $50 cake, so it's super affordable. But hey, you can get it for 40. Save $10. $10 is $10, man. These days, everything's getting more expensive. Everything. That's something we've been struggling with. China Post just dramatically upped their rates recently, and that's hard, man. That hits hard. When people pay shipping, I mean, it's like that money doesn't go into our pocket. We just give it right to China Post. So it's not like we're making money off of that, and so it's tough. It's tough when people want to product and products on the other side of the world, and you got to pay to ship it. I mean, at some point in time, especially for pu'er tea, which is a bioregional product, you only get pu'er tea in Yunnan, China. There is no pu'er tea outside of that. In fact, there isn't even the possibility of like pu'er tea being grown in North America, especially like at that quality, gushu level, old tree material. I mean, that would have had to have been planted by like George Washington practically in order to get something like that, and then to even be able to offer it at that scale, it's almost unheard of. So like at some level, the entire point of our business is sourcing a product that is only available from one very small place in the world, and that's literally on the other side of the world. So at some point in time, like it has to get brought over. Either it gets brought over and then it gets shipped here, and like cost gets added up on top of that. There's just at every single stage running a business, there's just tons of costs that just go into making the product more expensive. So we do what we can to try and keep things down, but it's getting a lot tougher lately, and I'm sure you guys all know that. I mean, you guys all go to the gas station and get gas and buy food and stuff. It's tough. We understand that. So, anyways, if you're tuning in, let me know what you're drinking this afternoon. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna drink this tea. We're gonna enjoy it because I'm actually enjoying it very much. Like I said, I've been drinking it a lot lately. I don't have a whole lot of it here. Maybe just like 5 cakes or something like that. So just enough for kind of like personal consumption, doing some little tea tastings and things here and there. But it's not really enough to actually. Actually, I think I did already sell 1 or 2 of it to some local people. Every now and then I get a message from some local person who's like, "Hey, do you have such and such in your stock?" And even if it's from my like personal collection, I'll usually just if it works, I'll let them have it and sell it to them and stuff. So I think I've sold 1 or 2 cakes of it. So, but it's good. It's nice. It's been brewing it in the Going Fu to Go primarily. Trying to do a lot more hiking with the kids. The Pacific Northwest teases us with the possibility of summer. We've had a very wet, awkward spring, and that's great. I mean, spring is supposed to be wet, and it's technically not even summer yet, right? I mean, summer's in another 2 weeks. When's the solstice? Somebody in chat knows when the solstice is. I can't remember. So it's technically not even summer yet. But Seattle usually has like a pretty cold June also. But lately, I mean, we've just having torrential rains, tons of rains, which is it's good though. I mean, because forest fire season's coming up. It's nice to have things be nice and wet, so you don't have to really worry about that. But yeah, like I said, I've been doing a lot of hiking with the kids, kind of getting them up on hoping to spend some time hiking with them. They're almost 4 years old and almost 6 years old now, and so they're definitely in the wanting to get out in the woods and hike around mindset, and they're pretty good at it actually. So and they can do about 5 miles before they're just done. So 4 miles is a stretch, 5 miles is a possibility. So if I hike 2.5 miles out, 2.5 miles back, that seems to be just like just the perfect window. So we've been pushing it a little bit, and they're good. They're really good. They got their own little backpacks now, and so they hike with me, and they carry like a little compass and stuff, and try to teach them some woodsmanship. So been drinking a lot of tea when we go out, brew it up, and wherever we are, bring my little portable, my jet boil hot water heater. It works good. Brattle out of dad. That's actually pretty funny. Someone needs to write a novel about discovering a grove of Gushu tea trees hiding in the mountains of Arkansas. It is possible. It could happen. It likely wouldn't be the large leaf varietal that pu'er tea is made from, but having wild growing tea in North America, Camellia sinensis is definitely a possibility. Now there is an interesting story out of Hawaii, because Hawaii had a longer history of Asian immigrants, and supposedly a guy was working in his backyard in Hawaii and actually found Camellia sinensis assamica large leaf varietals growing wild, large in his backyard, and they had supposedly been there for 100 or 200 years at that point. They were quite large, and so he's been making tea from those and processing it and selling it for outrageous sums. So it is possible there's a Hawaiian Gushu out there. Tea potato, Cueva de Té. What's going on? So we're drinking Sunlicker, and if you're just tuning in, you can buy a cake of this on the site right now during the course of this video for the discounted price of 20% off if you use the code Sunlicker at checkout. So if you're curious about trying this tea out, grab a cake of it. And hopefully in another month or two, once our next shipment of tea arrives, we will be able to have this on sale in the Seattle inventory, which will be nice. Makes things just a little bit easier. But yeah, if you're just checking it out, this is the artwork, and I had a ton of fun with this. I did the art on this one myself. Tried to work with a couple different artists to come up with a design for it, but ultimately I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna bust it out, and I had a lot of fun with it. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone color-wise. I just kind of like black and dark everything, and so kind of having like a bunch of like bright neon-y type colors. I had to kind of stretch it a little bit, but I think it turned out great. I think it looks awesome. And it totally gets everything about the tea across. I mean, just the idea that I think the first time I noticed it was like 2008. I traveled with Lamo, and I went to Lhasa, and Lhasa we spent most of our time in Lhasa between like 15 and 20,000 feet in altitude, and I mean, I just didn't realize like the sun feels different at that altitude. I mean, you're arguably 3 miles closer to the sun, so you got much less atmosphere, you're closer to the sun, like the sun feels different. Like I got like a much different tan than I normally would. It was really surprising, and that was the first time I really noticed the difference that altitude makes on tea. And most of the tea gardens that we source from are between 6,000 and 8,000 feet, so they're like a mile closer to the sun, and it's especially for pu'er tea, which has to be sun dried. The sun just makes it. I mean, this is you're literally drinking the sun. And we talked about that a little bit in the first cake that we did, which was one of the first cakes, which was Whispering Sunshine, which we still have, because it felt for us like the tea was speaking to us, or like the sun was speaking to us, like through the trees. And if you really think about that and how photosynthesis works in plant development, it's it's a combination of you're drinking the earth and drinking the sun. I don't know. I just think that's kind of fascinating. So played that up with this cake and this design, and I think it worked out really nice. I haven't done any shirts or anything yet. I need to make like a Sunlicker hoodie, something like that. It'd be kind of fun. Well, it's not really hoodie weather, but I don't know. I still wear hoodies. Anybody have any summer plans? Our kids get out of school Wednesday. Wednesday is the last day, so it's going to be a lot busier wrangling their activities for the next couple months. But do you guys, anybody have any trips planned? Anything you're looking forward to this summer? It's always hoodie weather. Seattle is almost always hoodie weather. I mean, I in the summertime I kind of like switch to like a little bit of just kind of like an overcoat thing or an overshirt, like a heavier shirt, so I can kind of take it on or off a little bit easier. But yeah, I could definitely be like an always a year-round hoodie person in Seattle. Seattle, you can get away with it. Maybe just a couple weeks in the summertime might be a little bit too much during the day, but. Loot 7 vacation soon. You're going to Wyoming for 2 weeks. You're gonna go fishing or hunting or something, or what are you doing? What are you doing in Wyoming? That sounds like a ton of fun. Oh, there we go. That's the sweet spot. This is in general a more delicate tea in comparison to like 519 Shanghai, which is the only other tea that I've been drinking like a lot of recently. Oh, that's not true. I've been drinking that Naka Maucha that we have on the site. Like, if you feel the need to splurge and treat yourself to something nice, that Naka Maucha that we've got on the site is just absolutely incredible. Super worth it tea. And it's, let's see, what is it? It's pricey, or it's above $1 a gram, but it is. Yeah, what is it? Where's that Naka? Yeah, the Naka Old Tree. Yeah, that Naka. Yeah. It's like $1.10 per gram. So 50 grams is $60. But man, if you can swing that, if you want to like toss a little something extra on to your next order, get 50 grams of the Naka Old Tree. Bam. Absolutely stupendous tea. It's just I've been doing it mostly just to save what I've got, because I don't really have that much here. I've been doing Just grandpa style. Big tall mug, like a gram of leaves or less. Toss it in there. You can get like 5 or 6 like really good like re-steeps out of that. It's so good. What's do you have? Young drinks young. What do you mean by that exactly? Loot 7. Oh, horseback and camping. That's awesome, dude. That sounds really good. So you'll be on horseback and camping into riding into camping areas. That's cool. Jug pan. I'm not sure if we're going to press any Naka cakes. I would certainly be willing to do a special, like a one-off for you. Like if you wanted a 200-gram cake and you bought the matcha, we would press it for you. If you want a 300-gram cake, if you want a 400-gram cake, if you wanted like a 1-kilo brick of Naka, I'd press it for you. You just gotta pay, man. You gotta pay to play. It's how it works. Oh, a young shung in the Seattle inventory that I would recommend. Oh yeah, we actually have a decent amount. Baby Dragon. It's nothing loose though. If you're asking for matcha, Seattle inventory young shung. The best for the young shung right now is probably it's probably Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon is super good. Everything else has got a little bit more age on it. Believe could be nice. Honey Bomb, we got Honey Bomb in the Seattle inventory. Honey Bomb's awesome. But all those have been sitting in the Seattle inventory for a little bit of while, and they've been take your money, Jug Pan. Don't tempt me, man. Just seriously, like if you want to throw down the coin to press a 1 kilo brick of Naka, just let me know, man. I can make it happen. I can do it. A cake sounds perfect for a camping expedition. Yeah, it's already like pressed. You don't have to worry about it like breaking in your bag. Just wrap it up in a little plastic or something like that. Jug Pan recommends Jade Rabbit. Jade Rabbit is a gem, and everyone should try it. Jade Rabbit actually is available in the Seattle inventory. It's been aging here for a while, and the nice thing about Jade Rabbit is Jade Rabbit has some mid 2000s material blended into it. So Jade Rabbit already has like a really good like head start on like being like a really awesome tea. So we are working on some other blends, the 2022 blends that aren't quite ready yet, but hoping to do another Honey Bomb this year. I think that could be. I think we should do it. I think it'd be really awesome. It's such an affordable tea, and I mean it's affordable because it's a Huangpian material is generally what gets sorted out of the super fancy cakes, but it's super drinkable stuff. It's it ages like a little bit differently. It's generally quite generous. Yeah, and so especially for a place like Jingmai Huangpian material, absolutely awesome. Bradalada has been happy with Intrigue. Intrigue is also another kind of like a sleeper hit. I don't think Intrigue gets the love it needs, because it's that's also really awesome. It's got more depth to it than people realize. It's a dense little tea. Ken says, "Hey there, pu'er newbie here. Now drinking the Honey Bomb that you ordered recently. You've been really enjoying it. Are the recommendations on beginner-friendly cakes from the Seattle inventory?" Well, that's a perfect one. The Honey Bomb is a really good beginner-friendly cake. Let's see, beginner-friendly cakes from the Seattle inventory. I thought I had a couple. Message me on Instagram later. I meant to update Jingmai Love because I think I've got a couple cakes of the 2016. No, I'm sorry. The 2016 Jingmai Love is out. 2018. The 2018 Jingmai Love is nice. If you like the Jingmai area, which Honey Bomb is, so you would. Jingmai Love is kind of like the next step up from what Honey Bomb is. So that's a super good option. Otherwise, maybe a Believe or Moon Princess. Moon Princess is autumn material, so it's a little bit gentler. Oolong Owl loves Intrigue. Yeah, It's got a good rep. It's a Seattle artist, in a Seattle artist and super pu'er collector. If you guys don't know who Bev is, I don't think she's on Instagram or anything like that, or maybe she is for her art. Bev Burns, awesome, amazing art, amazing tea collection, amazing tea wear collection. She's super knowledgeable, and like when I mean she has an amazing pu'er collection, I mean she has an amazing pu'er collection of things from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years old. Incredible collection of pu'er tea. She's generous and shares it when she comes over for tea, which is nice. Spoolstring recommends the Manjuan balls. Manjuan's actually really awesome material. I don't think we have anything from Manjuan this year, but I do really love Manjuan. Will we do a weird blend with like Dianhong or Sheng or Shou? I have experimented with stuff like that in the past, but I've not really found something where I was just like, it was like awesome enough that it warranted its own cake and its own product. But I'm always playing around. We're always experimenting with stuff. So I mean, I'll never say never. So who knows? Possible. If you are just tuning in, we're drinking Sunlicker, which is this gorgeous cake right here, and the 200-gram cake is available for 20% off during the course of this live stream with the code Sunlicker, all caps at checkout. Cayenne Ravallo, is Jade Rabbit a reference to the Chinese moon rover? So that's a really good question and a really good observation. It is not a reference to the moon rover, but the moon rover is a reference to what we named Jade Rabbit for. Or let's see, yeah, because I mean we also Moon Princess. So yeah, they named the moon rover after the Chinese legend of the rabbit that lives on the moon, like we talked about in Moon Princess. And so we were referencing Chinese history in a lot of our cakes subtly. So we weren't referencing the moon rover specifically. The moon rover was referencing the same Chinese legend that we were referencing. So it's kind of the same thing, but yeah. Jade Rabbit's fun. Jade Rabbit is the so I mean, if you guys don't know, like when companies blend tea, right? When they blend pu'er tea, I mean, let's say you've got like a small production, or let's say like small production of like I don't know 100 kilos. 100 kilos would be like considered a small production for actually like pressed teas, you know. 100 kilos really isn't. It sounds like a lot, but it's only like 500 cakes. You know, I mean, 500, 200-gram cakes, right? So I mean, it's really not that much. So let's say you're blending like 4 different things. So you got 25 kilos of one, 25 kilos of the other, 25 kilos and 25 kilos. So you got 4 different sources, 25 kilos each. When that all gets like blended, they basically just like toss it into a big pile and just turn it with pitchforks. They do it in a cleaner method than that, or they do now. Historically, they would just literally just like do it wherever they're on the ground or whatever. So when we do the blending, we blend in small batches. We usually blend 5 kilos at a time. We've got a nice big stainless steel table. We do all the blending on there. Keep it small, but still at the end of the day, like what actually gets into your cake. Maybe it's only 5% of this and 95% of that one. So you don't really get to control what it is. But for the Jade Rabbit blend, we really felt like that blend was powerful as it was. And so we paid extra and found a factory that would actually allow us to blend on a per cake basis. That means every cake of Jade Rabbit that you buy has exactly the blend that we intended for that cake. They measured out exactly the grams from each of the different sources, blended it right there and pressed it. So that cake itself is as we intended. So it's about as close as you can get to the experience of drinking Jade Rabbit the way we meant it to be tasted. So Jug Pan, Rome plus Nevermore. Rome plus Nevermore could work. Rome plus Nevermore could be awesome. Cayenne Varela, yeah. I love playing around with the space vibe. I'm a huge nerd. Love space exploration. A lot of our stuff has spacey themes to it, and Jade Rabbit wasn't specifically intended to have a spacey theme, but if it works, it works, and so that's definitely great. Thinking what do we got going this year? Meeting with a Seattle artist this week. Excited. Gonna go over and make some tea for them, kind of show them what we got, show them what we can do, and hoping to get them to make some custom art for us for a show pour we've got coming out called Night Shift, which I'm really excited about, and I think that's about probably all I will say about that, because that's gonna be pretty cool. Jugpan, no new teaware yet this year. Sorry about that. Got some stuff we're working on, but sometimes things just take time working remotely. Let's see what else we got. Working on a super bud heavy show pour design called Imperial Grade. That's gonna be pretty awesome. Got to work on finish up that design today. Actually, I need to try and get that done today. What else we got? It is Year of the Tiger. So we don't normally do like those tiger themed, or we don't usually do like the Year of Animal themed cakes. I know a lot of companies like to do that. It's just, I don't know. We just have never, we didn't sell Year of the Snake, Year of the Rat, Year of the Horse, Year of the Pig. We didn't sell any of those cakes. But for Year of the Tiger, I thought we would do something interesting. Not a lot of people really know about the history that America and Yunnan has. America and Yunnan has a really strong historical relationship based around the volunteer air force called the Flying Tigers, which I'm super passionate about that portion of history. And so we might do a Flying Tigers themed cake this year with a fun airplane on it, something like that. Because that would be kind of cool. So even in Yunnan, people have kind of forgotten a lot about the sacrifices that American volunteer pilots made to keep the Japanese out of occupying Yunnan. In fact, Yunnan is the only province in China. Well, yeah, Yunnan and a lot of Tibet. Yunnan is the only province in China that did not fall to Japanese occupation during the what they call in China the War of Japanese Aggression, what we just call World War II. And that was due in large part to it was actually illegal. They had to do it secretly. They weren't allowed to officially send American forces into Yunnan at that point in time. So they just asked for volunteers. It's just like, hey, I tell you what, we'll pay you $500 for every Japanese plane that you shoot down. You just have to go and live in the middle of nowhere in China, and they did, and it worked. If one would like to get a tattoo of one of your designs, that's something you're okay with, man. Knock yourself out, man. Just send me a picture of it. If you need like better copies of the design or something like that to bring to your tea or you bring to your tattooist, man, that would be awesome. I would have got no problems with that at all. The clouds have rocks in them. I don't brattle out of dad. I don't know that reference. Is that a reference to the Flying Tigers or something? Rum Barrel Jug Pen. Yeah, I got to get some Rum Barrel out soon too. The rabbit does tie in with the Lunar Rabbit, Mr. Remakes. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, for those of you that don't know, like the Chinese actually think that there's a rabbit that lives on the moon. And yeah, flying over the hump. Oh, the clouds have rocks them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough getting over the Himalayas, getting into supplying India from Yunnan. Yeah, you're right. In fact, that's where they actually reopened the old T horse road, because they could actually bring stuff in over mule much more reliably. And thankfully, like the old muleteers were still alive at that point in time. And yeah, Mr. Remake. So if you ever take a look at the moon, full moon, super clear sky late at night, you can actually kind of see the shape of a rabbit, and the rabbit looks like he's sitting there hunched over like a little bowl. You can see his body, you can see his head, you can see his ears. It looks like he's hanging over a little bowl. And the Chinese believe that rabbit lives there with a woman who was sent there. What's the term? she's not imprisoned there, but she was kind of exiled. She was exiled to the moon. So this rabbit lives there, and the rabbit mixes this special elixir that allows her to live forever. So if you ever look up at the full moon sometime, look for the shape that like the craters and the flat spots rise. You can actually see you can totally see a rabbit up there. And what was it? There was a Chinese cartoon that came out a couple years ago about the moon princess. What was the name of that? Somebody reminds me. I showed it to the kids. I just can't remember what the name of that was. Mr. Remakes kind of thing happens in war, like foreign volunteers in Ukraine. Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, it can work. In Yunnan, it worked surprisingly well. The American fighter pilots, and it wasn't just American; it was American and British. But the American fighter pilots flying those planes, I mean, it was something ridiculous. Like they shot down like 10 to 1 Japanese Zeros getting into that area. Radar helped. Radar was still a very, very new technology. And this is like pre-Pearl Harbor, right? So this is before the U.S. was actually in the war. Radar technology was still relatively new and relatively in its infancy. And so that's one of the first things that they did is the Flying Tiger Battalion installed and operated a radar station on the highest peak outside of Kunming, and it's actually still there. We've hiked up to it before, and it's still operating. This radar dish that the Americans installed in like 1942 or something. It's still there in Kunming. It's up on top of it's called like Radar Mountain. You can get up there and take a look at it, and that actually gave them a lot of warning that the Japanese were coming in with planes to do stuff. Tornham, can't wait to try Sunlicker. Well, if you haven't ordered it yet, we've got a special thing going on for the extent of this live stream. I thought I'd try something new, a little live stream promo. So if you wanted to try Sunlicker, but you haven't had a chance to yet, or if you just want to grab another cake on the cheap, discount code Sunlicker, all caps, at the site gets you 20% off a cake, which is opportunity altered state tattoo. Yeah, I'll run it by what's his face? He should be fine with it. Alka Michael, because he was the actual artist on it. So I'll just I don't see that he'd have a problem with it, but I'll mention it to him. But yeah, an altered state tattoo would be awesome. It's such a really cool design. Mr. Remakes is pounding rice cakes. I'm not sure if he's the rabbit's pounding rice cakes. I thought he was mixing like an elixir of life. I thought it was kind of tied to that. not entirely certain. There's so much in Chinese history and lore and stuff like that. A Bev Burns Gaiwan. What would that look like? A Gaiwan like made by Bev Burns? A Gaiwan designed by Bev Burns? A Gaiwan thrown on a pot by Bev Burns? I wonder how hard it would be to. It's got me thinking about some stuff. Yeah, it's just it's tricky when dealing with tea-ware and stuff. I wonder if you could. Made me thinking about some stuff. Interesting. Brain's always going. This tea's tart. It's got a nice. It feels fun. It feels very fun in the mouth. I really actually enjoy this in the going food to go. Kind of drinking it as we hike. It seems to give me a nice hiking buzz. That's what you need. You need to get out and hike. But you never know when it's going to rain and hiking out here. You start off all sunny and then it just starts to dumping. So find a rock to hide under and brew up some tea with kids while you wait out the storm. No, a lot of fun. You know, some teas you just like drink them and then you just kind of forget about it. This tea stays around. This tea stays around for a long time. Tonga Ridge is a good hike with small kids. You're absolutely right. So are you local? Do I not know? Have we met? I don't know. Sometimes it's difficult for me to remember faces and usernames. We have hiked Tonga Ridge with the kids before. Tonga Ridge is a really good one. It is just really hard to get up there. I went to go. I wanted to do some snowshoeing up that way, and we dramatically overestimated the capabilities of my brother's off-road vehicle. Like in February or something like that. And we got a good way up there until we couldn't. And then it was, we literally spent the rest of the day trying to get his vehicle out of the snow. But I wonder if let me check out what All Trail says. See if anybody's been up the Tonga Ridge lately. Because Tonga Ridge is great. It's just, you're right. It's relatively straight. You know, it's got like white, nice little hump, and then it just kind of like levels off, and you kind of like just ride that ridge. Gorgeous up there. Let me see if anybody's been up to Tonga Ridge lately, because I really want to. Well, it's all wet right now. The kids' first day off of summer is Thursday, and so I wanted to go hiking somewhere. But Leavenworth looks sunny and warm on Thursday, so maybe we'll go over to Leavenworth and hike around there a little bit. I've been meaning to do. I'd love to do the enchantment sometime. I've never actually. My grandfather used to hike out there all the time, and I've never had the chance to do that myself. I know you got to get a pass to get actually further up into the lakes and stuff, but maybe there's some nice little hiking spots around there. I think I'll go find a spot around Leavenworth to hike with the kids on Thursday. But let's see what the latest reviews of Tonga Ridge are. See if it's cleared out up there. Tonga Ridge Trail. Last review is 6 months ago. Yeah, I don't think the roads up to Tonga Ridge are. I don't think the roads to Tonga Ridge are open yet. But that is definitely one to consider. And some of the places I really like out there had some dramatic like washouts on the only road out to like the hiking place. You know, it takes you 20 miles like to get out to the hiking place, but like the road is washed out like a mile from the highway. It's just like, well, nobody's ever going to be hiking that again. Well, until they get it cleared out. I mean, you'd have to take a 19-mile bike ride. Kids are getting really close. Kids are getting really close to being able to competently bike. Gary's really good at biking in a straight line if it's flat. If there's anything else, or if he has to start or stop it himself, he can't do it. But like once he gets going, boom, he's set. But he doesn't know how to like start and stop himself. But he can pedal. He can pedal in a straight line on the flat like crazy. But once he and Gemma both get really competent on their bikes and starting and stopping, man, we're gonna be going all over with them. So many awesome, amazing forest service roads out here. Just pack the bikes in the car, get out there, and just like ride our bikes for a day or two. Fun. Tea's just puckery. It just feels nice. It feels nice in the mouth. Bright. It's bright and fresh. Very tasty. It's been going quite a while, too. How long have we been? Where's my official steep counter? Who's keeping track of me? What are we at? 8 steeps? 9 steeps? Can't remember. Hey, unrelated, but who's seen the new Top Gun movie? Because Lamo and I went and saw it last Saturday and absolutely loved it. Put a little Danger Zone in the Going Fu to Go. Snuck it into the theater. Drank a little while we were watching the movie. Really good movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm sure there's aviation nits to pick if you're really being pedantic about it, but just a fun movie. It's a perfect sequel for the original. I mean, if you like the original Top Gun, there's no way that you wouldn't like the second, because it's just, I don't know, it's great. I loved it. Man, oh, this tea's really hitting the spot. That is good. It was it's gone through a bunch of different stages. Like the first couple steeps, I mean, obviously, like it's just getting started. You know, it's warming up and things. This steep right here, and steep 3 was actually really good. We're on steep 8 or 9 right now. It's just juicy. It's got a little bit of a drying astringency in there, which you get a little bit of that. It's kind of nice. I've had some teas that are just way too drying, but this is good, man. Man, I say man generically. It's like dude. Just means everybody. Good stuff. If you're just joining us, we are drinking Sunlicker, awesome new Shang pu'er tea from us, Crimson Lotus Tea, available on the site right now for 20% off. If you want a cake of it or more than one cake of it, you can get it for 20% off. Works out to be $10. It's not bad. Everybody could use $10. Lamudawa, would you like a little tea? Lamudawa came out to join us. She took a little break from her busy number crunching. There you go. There's a new tea name. The Number Cruncher. It's just a picture of Lamu at her laptop.
Hey, it's going to be perfect for people like me.
Yeah. Basically, it's just double the caffeine. Big spreadsheet in the background on there. Numbers. Brought a lot of dad. Something about number 2 bugged you a bit, but you can't explain what it is. Maybe the situations toward the end that start to defy reality even more than normal aviation film. The only real complaint that I've heard was it was like too Tom Cruise focused. I mean, there's a lot of just, like focusing on Tom Cruise, like doing the Tom Cruise pretty boy face thing, even though now he's like 60 years old, but he still looks remarkably young, in comparison to everybody else in the film whose age. I guess not everybody else in the film, I just want one or two other people in the film, including Val Kilmer, which was man, seeing him, that was emotional. I've got we live really close to Boeing here. I've got a bunch of pilot friends and stuff, and nearly all of them were like totally okay with just whatever things they did wrong. It's just just telling a good story. My one friend was particularly pleased, or one pilot friend was particularly pleased that they actually showed that Tomcat warm-up scene, plugging it in, turning this on, waiting for that pump to do this, pull these pins, do that. He's like, every single pilot movie, he's like, you got some pilot, he puts on a helmet, he jumps into the plane and just goes. He's like, you never do that. And so actually showing them work through the warm-up scene for the the Tomcat, he's just like, dude, he's like, they never do that. They literally never ever do that. So he was excited about that. In Old English, man is gender neutral. That's fine. That's what it should be. Man, mankind. I mean, it's just like I just use it generically. I'm not trying to upset anybody, so I didn't mean to say that. Happy says, "Good day, everyone. Good day to you too." Yummy Yams got Sunlicker on the way, but drinking Vibe for the first time while watching it rain, and you're incredibly tea drunk. Vibe, yeah, I think Vibe was maybe one of our sleeper hits from last year. I actually have the art right here, beautiful artwork, which you can't see because it's got the sunlight reflecting off of it. But man, what a gorgeous piece of art by the amazing Stasia. And no, Vibe is chill. Vibe is killer. Snag some Vibe if you want a good session. 2021 Vibe. Yeah. No, I mean, you can, if you want to nitpick the original Top Gun, you can sit there and, nitpick aviation, qualms and stuff like that. But, so they apparently filmed it in the Cascades. I didn't realize that. I was watching a behind the scenes thing. Lamo, here's a cup for you. The director was like, yeah, we spent about 2 weeks filming the final scenes in the Cascades. And I was like, oh man, how cool would that have been to have actually been out there and seen them film that stuff. And apparently one of my friends I was messaging my friends who were always out there camping and hiking and are really big into military and stuff like that. And one of them was actually camping up Lake Catches area, I think that's what it is. And in that winter time, he said he took a bunch of video from his campsite of them racing by, with their IMAX chase planes with the cameras and stuff all over it. It's just man, I don't know. The fact that they filmed that all with practical effects and stuff, and just awesome, super cool. Yeah. I'll probably go and see it again. I'll find a time. Maybe not night of. I'll wait till it gets just a little bit cheaper or something like that. Connecting the dots. Brought a lot of data. Hiking Tonga Ridge and her planes back up there. Probably just the Whidbey Growlers. Oh yeah. That's who it is. Because I see them around there too. That's the which ones are those? Is that the new Prowler, the Intruder? Which plane is that? Is that what the Growler is? Because I see them up that way sometimes too. They kind of race the canyons up there. No, I've not seen the growlers, but it's the what is it? It's not the the new version of the intruder, whatever that plane is called, the Skyhawk. I can't remember. A6 Grumman A6 intruder. I don't know. I see them because we'll hike up. What's that next? The next big. You're going past. You go past Skycomish. You're not at the. You go past Skycomish. You're not at the pass yet, but there's like that old railway grade on the north side of Highway 2 that you can hike up. When you hike up that, like I'll see planes like buzzing like the Highway 2 corridor, like low, like they're like just like 100 or 200 feet, 100 or 200 feet up above the above the freeway, and just racing through those valleys, and it's so loud, and it's like so awesome. But you gotta look like super quick, or you'll miss them because they come by like so fast. Iron Horse Trail. That's it. Cool. Yeah, you know all the places. I took the kids to Bridal Vale Falls. The kids made it all the way up to that and down. It's only 5 miles, but it's pretty much all uphill the way, all the way. Iron Goat. Yes. Yeah. So there you go. I was thinking that. Teetotaler want to know about tea tasting notes. This is it's more in the sweet and floral phase. I get a lot of really nice kind of like cotton candy sweetness to it. It's very juicy. It's got a lot of vibrancy in the mouth. It's very puckery. Slightly drying, so it's got some level of astringency there. Not much bitterness at all. I find the energy nice. Yeah, I just it's really more about how this tea makes me feel, actually. It's just a really good little tea. I'm even right now, you can see me just licking my lips. It's just those tea oils just ooze out of this. I mean, I wouldn't call this like an oily tea, because I mean some teas can certainly have very strong like oily quality to it, an oily characteristic. I wouldn't call this tea oily, but it's close. It's definitely thick. I mean, I got to jump in the car right after this, and I got to go to the school and pick up the kids. And I know like the whole ride there, I'll just be like tasting it in the back of my throat. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited about that. Cool. Well, shoot, we only got a couple minutes left. I'm going to be doing this tea tasting just about an hour in length, so I got time for like one long last pull on this teapot. I really appreciate everybody hopping in, spending the time, brewing a little tea with us this afternoon. It's kind of it's always fun. It's been it's been a couple weeks since I did another tea tasting. I try and do like one a week or something like that. And I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the idea of having like a special live stream discount. Is that something that is interesting to you? Thought I would try that out. Just trying to find some ways to get some little promotion things in. I will be doing a sale this week. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, depending on when our packaging material arrives. Maybe tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Just trying to let people know that we've got a lot of new tea in the Seattle inventory. All the black teas are here in Seattle right now. Baby Dragon is in Seattle right now. Moon Princess is back in inventory here. We also have probably the best tea in the Seattle inventory right now is 2016 Beneath an Emerald Sea. Like that's our original 2016 original Beneath an Emerald Sea blend. Sold out in China a long time ago, and so it's been, what's that, 8 years? 8 years it's been stored in our Seattle storage right now. That's not 8 years. I'm not a mathologist. That's 6 years. Excuse me. 4 plus 2. Beneath an Emerald Sea 2016 is awesome. It is really, really awesome, and I need to do a live stream with that because I've not had that myself in a really, really, really long time. Sometimes I tend to just drink a bunch of a tea like soon after we pressed it within a year or two, and then kind of move on to new production stuff. So I need to go back and spend some time with some of the stuff that we've had stored in Seattle for a long time. Oh, Santiago just ordered a bunch of tea from elsewhere for the next couple of months. Should have waited, man. Should have waited. But yeah, no. Like I said, if you're just tuning in, I'll probably leave the code up for a little while longer, maybe like the next half hour or something like that. But if you want to try the tea that we are drinking right now, it is available on the site for 20% off with the code Sunlicker. And so this is a generally affordable tea anyways. It's only $50, so you get 10 bucks off with 20%. And so we'll just see. We'll see if it works. See if people like little live stream discounts, little bonus for people who want to tune in. So you can also let anybody else know about it. But the code's probably only going to be up for like another half an hour or something. So if you're watching this video and it's not live, the code is probably already off. So you just gotta tune in a little. Tune in during the live, but I know that's kind of hard. Sometimes, people gotta like work and stuff. It's midday, so maybe I should do like an evening stream, or maybe like a late afternoon stream. Like a late afternoon stream could work, because late afternoon would be if I did like a 3 or 4 p.m. stream, that's like 7 p.m. on the East Coast. That's midnight-ish in Europe. That could work. It's interesting because you have an international audience. You try and find like that perfect time spot when you want to interact with everybody, and it just kind of makes it hard. So, anyways, this has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm glad you had a chance to sit down and have some tea with us. Jump on the discount if you get a chance to, and we'll be posting some more stuff. Going to be a sale on the saddle inventory stuff probably tomorrow. So, anyways, thanks again. I will we'll see you next time.